3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture. It's March 8th, 2018, but you already knew that. Litecoin's going crazy. You're probably sitting on the edge of your seats. Many are anxious, wondering what is Litecoin doing? Why is it going down so much? But it's really not, in my opinion. Things are actually looking real healthy. I'm liking where we're headed right now. Not only on the technology side, not only on the community side of things, but even on the chart side. That's what I want to talk about. So to lay some groundwork for that, we can just check out a video I did a couple days ago. We were trading at around $200 in Litecoin. Let's look at it. It's very possible within this symmetrical triangle here, right, this pennant that's forming, to revisit the bottom of the pennant, so the support line. And for me, it's an incredibly high opportunity buy zone. So, and this is why I do buy. An awesome opportunity to buy. That's not financial advice, by the way. But for me, that's my buy zone. That's why I had it set up there, because if we look at the chart, we can see from that 200 up here, we started coming back down, and we're not quite testing the bottom support line of this triangle. However, we're kind of on our way, and right now anything can happen, and that's what we need to keep an eye on. Mainly, I guess what I'm really looking at is this support at 170 that I've been eyeing up for a while. The support at 170, this is the weekly chart, by the way. We can move to the daily. The support at 170, we can really get reference to this resistance that we had at 170. When we formed this double bottom, we had trouble breaking back up above the 170. And finally, we did break back up in mid-February, and we broke the 170. However, that previous area of resistance now is an area of support. So we're at 174.47 right now, and I'm curious to see what happens as we kind of start testing that area. So that's the daily right now. Real quick, I want to look at the weekly again, because something to keep in mind, which I think is interesting, and I've mentioned this before, is this last run up that we had, August, and then we came back down in September, and then we came back up, and you see a very similar pattern in regards to this happening, as and it's what we're kind of seeing now with this triangle. The same thing happened then. You have these lower highs and you have these higher lows forming, and then eventually we did have a breakout. So one thing to keep in mind is, if you take out the Fibonacci and you kind of take it from the beginning of this breakout to the top, and then you look right below here at the 0.786 below the 0.786 at the bottom here, before we made a little bit of a comeback, you'll see on that comeback, we take the bottom there, and I'm not using the bottom of this wick, I'm using the bottom here, to back to the top, and then the pullback again, right, is right around the 0.786. So now if we take that same tool and we kind of come up here to the top here, and again, we're not quite at the 0.786 on this first pullback where this double bottom is. The wicks are definitely far below, but there's not as strong, it's not as aggressive as it was back here, but very close to the 0.786. Now we take it again from the bottom to that top, and you can see, again, just as we did here, we're approaching that 0.786 again. So, and that 0.786 is very close to that 170 area. So right now, I'm really just eyeing up that 170. I want to see if that support holds there. Not even going to reference or base any of this off of the GDAX order books right now. I just really wanted to show you that example, because I think it's very big. These are the types of things that I really look for and I rely on as far as me personally buying more Litecoin. And that's why I've had these buy zones. If you follow me on Twitter, if you've been watching these videos, I've had them here, because this pullback that we're having, it's just a very strong possibility that it was going to happen. So now the question is, are we going to enter into this area here? And that I just don't know. But tonight's going to be interesting checking that out. So with that, with that being said, I guess the one thing we can take a look at right now, besides kind of that support at 170, which we're fast approaching, you can check out back on the weekly, and I'll do that. You can look at the RSI. We're starting to get this downward move in the RSI. So if we do start approaching my buy zones that I have here, if we start testing the bottom of this triangle, right, and even go as far as to test 150, you're probably going to see us really start testing the 40 on the RSI as well. And that's going to be something to look out for. So this all to say that just because this is happening and, we are kind of coming down a little bit, I just, I don't know if encourage you is the right word, but just relax out there. Keep an eye on it. Don't spend more than you can afford to lose, but be ready, because I'm ready. And this is exactly, if you ask me why I do charting and technical analysis and watch the charts, this is exactly why. I want to be prepared for times like this, and it's just a great opportunity to buy. Now, I will mention lastly, just because I have heavy buy zones down in this area, right, that doesn't mean I haven't been picking some up in this area, because I have. When we went under 200, I began, adding to my position. Now, what happens next? Nobody knows. And it's going to be interesting to watch. So let's see. I think no matter what happens, whether we do retest or not, I do believe that we will be bouncing back up and hopefully breaking this 250, which I've been talking about, and eventually breaking these new highs. And I'm like fully confident that that's going to happen. I'm so long-term bullish on Litecoin. Hopefully you are too. Let me know your thoughts about this technical analysis. Are you looking for this dip? Are you looking to buy this dip? If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. We'd love to have you as part of the Crypto Capital Venture channel. Thank you so much for coming by. I will see you in the next video, and God bless.